The name Lindsay Waddington comes up a lot around the place, Trace. Of course,
does.
Crosscut Studios does some fantastic recording for people. Great guitarist, and he's out there and he's got a new single out. And I reckon, Lindsay, you'll know if someone hasn't done their research because they're going to go, geez, I love the lyric in that song, Lindsay.
Oh, mate, can't I sing?
Beautiful.
You can certainly sing on those strings, mate. So how long is it since you've put out a single under your own banner?
It's been a while, actually. I've been caught up. I started a series of instrumental albums called Watto and such. We've got some great artists here at Crosscut and that, and I thought it might help if we did a bit of a duet thing. So I did one with Charlie Boyder and Laurie Minson and Ray Prattley and Les Forrest, who plays with Greg Doolan and Wickety Whack and that sort of thing, and done a few of them. So this is the first one for a while, mate. It'd be about 4 or 5 years, I suppose, back out on my own, and it's great. It's going well.
Because most people now associate all the work you're doing back a house or behind the desk.
I suppose it's been like another instrument to learn within itself. You know, you never stop learning in any of it. It's been so satisfying. I probably enjoy that. You know, when you do your new album for yourself, I played so many instruments on it, so I spend a lot of time in the studio by myself. But when you're doing an album with somebody else, it's like a team. Like it's more of a team thing, and you bounce off each other, and it's quite exciting. It's really good.
We're speaking with Lindsay Waddington. Now, you've been doing this a long time, playing music. Is it just me, or are there more lefties around now?
Oh, yeah, no, they're starting to get a few, actually. I haven't seen too many that I actually play right-handed guitar upside down and strung right-handed, so it's totally upside down. So that's probably the weirdest thing there. I don't see too many like that. Yeah, there's getting a few lefties around now playing conventionally.
And one of the other questions, when you're writing something like like an instrumental, do you ever find yourself drifting into another instrumental that you've heard, or you know?
Yeah, it can, but then hopefully you pull yourself back out of it and take it to another direction, like you wouldn't do it intentionally. I'm finding it producing, and because Crosscut, I'm proud to say we're busy and that's great. So you're dealing with a lot of original music now. I do find it's getting hard because there is just so much music getting produced around the world. Like back in the old days, I suppose there was no social media, no YouTube, and no this and no that, and so therefore something might have got released in America, and you might find out 20 years later, oh, that sounds exactly like this song. You know what I mean? But that was just an accident. But now the world's your oyster. You know, you can have a record company like Crosscut Records, who's not an EMI or Sony with billion-dollar backing, but it doesn't matter if it's a good song, it can be heard because radio stations like yourselves have got such great coverage. You know, YouTube, you know, you're so accessible, you can get it up there. If it's a good song, it's a good song, no matter where it's recorded.
Well, we're going to be featuring the instrumental 25. What was your inspiration behind that?
Brian Young. Simple as that. 25 years this year since I left school at 15 and started touring with Youngie. It's a satisfying thing because I'm really happy with the track and it's getting great coverage. We've just got back from Canada on a trip, and Regan said it's 25 on the world artist list, so for airplay at the moment, which is exciting. But the thing is, I wrote the didgeridoos and the style of guitar playing, a couple of different styles with the overdrive guitar and the clean guitar, and the setup of it is my 5 years of being a member of the Brian Young Show touring Australia, and that's why the didgeridoos are there, because we used to spend a lot of time in the Aboriginal missions, and it was really trying to channel that sort of vibe, you know, when I was out in the desert and doing those sort of things, and that's the upside. I'm happy with the track and all that sort of thing, and the sad thing is it was at mastering when Brian passed away. Young was like a second father, so out of respect I didn't want to look like a bloke who was just cashing in and being a scab, so I just changed the name. It was a different name, won't go into that, but it was more pointed at Youngie. But in the end, Regan and I said, well, why don't we just let it stand on its own feet and just call it 25? Simple as that.
Mate, great tribute. I'm sure the people that at any stage had anything to do with Brian Young will get something with this. This is 25. Lindsay Waddington, great to catch up with you. Sit back and enjoy some great guitar music right now, folks.